TIFU by letting my partner be pursued by someone else. TIFU. Full disclosure, this happened last year. And it's a long one, so I apologize in advance. I'm not looking for a solution per se, but using this as a way to help process and cope. Advice would be great if anyone has it. I guess it's a little bit of TIFU and AITA combined. Last year I was happy and in love. I had found the perfect person for me, and our relationship was as strong as it gets. We shared everything. Our life at home was filled with laughter, talks of our future together, inside jokes, and respect. Our sex life was great. After years of being together, we still had the spark. We had fun. We were solid. Yet over the course of just a month, it all changed. Prior to meeting me, my partner had not had much experience with dating or meeting other people. I knew this going in, and had always harbored feelings that it may become an issue down the line. But we had talked about it, and both agreed that it wasn't anything to worry about. I had no idea what I was in for. Last year, seemingly out of nowhere, she brought up the idea of seeing someone else, exploring the thrill of being pursued, just for fun. I immediately said no, and we talked about it. She told me everything was fine, and that I didn't have to worry about us, that this was just something she thought she needed in her life, and that I should let her have this. The subject was dropped, and I chalked it up to a moment of drunk inhibition, but it reappeared days later. Then in the middle of the night, a funny thought turned into something of a serious need. Eventually I reluctantly said yes. I didn't want this to become a sore point in our relationship. And why not? I utterly trusted her and wanted her to be happy. I was asked to give her the one thing a partner should never agree to. And yet I said, go ahead. It was the worst decision I ever made, and I punished myself every day for that single yes. There were rules, an agreement to what this would be, clear and concise. She was excited and thankful for allowing her to explore this part of what she thought she needed. Eventually she told me I should do the same. And that's where I knew things were going to go sideways. I should have never, ever agreed to it. I hate myself for allowing this to happen between us. My sincerity and trust was taken advantage of in the worst way possible. Almost right away she met people. She moved forward with it so quickly. She met Jimmy. Name changed for sake of anonymity. And that is when I knew in my heart that this was going to be a major problem. She bent the truth, flat out lied, and did things that were very much not agreed upon. The understanding we had for what this would be went out the window, and she did things with him that were reprehensible. She broke me. I'm still broken. And now a year later I'm alone. I don't have joy in my life anymore. Jimmy stole my heart from me because he couldn't find one of his own. He manipulated the situation, and this person I cared for so much in my life, to the point that she left for him. All because I said yes. I'll never forgive myself. I wonder what their life is like together. I wonder if she's truly happy. Did she get everything she wanted? Would she do it over again if she had the chance? What did I do to deserve that breach of trust? What did he give her that I hadn't? They broke a good man, with Jimmy orchestrating the entire thing. He manipulated my person and took complete advantage of the situation, knowing exactly what to say to bring on the most guilt and shame within her as possible. Yet she loved this man. I think about what our life could be. I look at pictures of us, of the experiences we shared. Every day seems to get darker and more alone. It should be easier now that time has passed. But it hasn't. I cry almost every single day. I miss my person, I miss us. I miss coming home to see her, cooking dinner together, watching a movie with her cuddled up beside me. I miss decorating the house together. I miss her sending me sexy pictures taken alone at home just for her husband. She was the most beautiful person I've ever met. She still is. But I said yes. And that's all gone because I did. I don't think I'll ever truly be okay. I'm sure there's always the advice of, it will get better in time, said as words of encouragement. But I also know myself, and truly believe in my heart that I was permanently damaged by this. I just miss us. For those that are thinking that this might be something fun to explore, I would highly advise against it. I feed up by thinking we were strong enough to rely on trust. It wasn't enough. I wish I was okay. TLDR. I trusted my partner to explore outside of our relationship, and now I come home alone. Don't blame yourself. Even if you had said no, she would have done it behind your back anyway. Even with your consent, she did so. Take care, my friend. Dude, the moment a partner wants to open up the relationship after the other partner has said no, the relationship is over. It's better to end things up front and both of you explore other options than to keep around a decaying relationship. What nobody likes to acknowledge. A clean, respectful break is always infinitely more acceptable than cheating and lying. And yet so many people make the mistake. So, stop thinking you had a choice, bro. Your GF was not in love with like you were her. If you continued to say no, you'd have been better off because she would have eventually broken up with you nice and clean. Rather than this weird cat and mouse game of serial monogamy. You were going to arrive here regardless. This idea that you weren't is wrong. Now you need to dust yourself off. Hit the gym. Get some endorphins going. Remake yourself better into a man you love, and then someone else will see all this effort you've put into yourself to be a whole lovable shining person and love you too. Mate, she was already cheating on you and then asked for permission after the fact to ease her guilt. You did nothing wrong here. The results would have been the same. Do what you gotta do to cope. Start by seeking therapy. Everyone needs different things to heal. Personally, I've never been through this, and I pray it never happens. But I think I would start by burning all memories of her, photos and anything that reminds me of the relationship. Jimmy's probably going to end up in the same situation as you. If you didn't give her permission to, she would have gone behind your back later. And then there would have been a lot more animosity and venom. She already had Jimmy picked out, so move on for your own good. Stop blaming yourself. Telling her no wouldn't have kept her with you. That's not how this works. She obviously had some wild oats to sow, and it sucks she didn't figure this out before she got married. Asking for your permission was a way for her to justify the fact that she wanted to pursue other men. You did not cause this, and if you hadn't agreed to it, she would have done it behind your back. Please be kinder to yourself. The thrill of being pursued is inherently an immature approach to a long-term relationship. If all you want is thrill, then everything that comes with it is shallow. The meat and the bones of a lasting, successful relationship is built after the initial thrill fades. The safety, the trust, the companionship, the forever best friend that loves you and your happiness. Seeking that happiness from someone other than your partner, in a romantic context, is, unobjectively, a person who rejects all of those things. She did not want safety, trust, companionship, and a best friend. She wanted to thrill seek. If she wanted thrills, she could have suggested a thrilling adventure that both of you could enjoy, i.e. skydiving, cliff jumping, touring the country's water parks, spelunking, mountain biking, downhill lounge, etc. You get the point. But she specifically chose the thrill that spoke directly to her insecurities. Deeply rooted in those insecurities, she will be stuck there for a long time until she can break her cycle. This is not on you. That has to be said, even if it does not seem like much help right now. I'm sorry your heart is broken. But those heal and you will be able to see this for what it is. A massive bullet dodged. LT was already over before you said yes. L was in your shoes once. And L didn't smile for years after my messy breakup. But it will get better. How long it will take for you? That is in your hands. Some of us need months, some of us need years to feel slightly normal again. Wish you all the best. She was for the streets anyway, homie. Also, what's Jimmy's mom look like? You got off a sinking ship. She was going to do it either way. But wanted permission for some reason? Perhaps so she wouldn't feel guilty. Best if you just move on. If she was going to leave, she was going to leave. You saying yes just ripped the band-aid off quicker and saved you from finding out about these things way after the fact. You didn't really have her. Man, this is some really heavy stuff for our TIFU. You got seriously gaslit. Try not to be too hard on yourself. She was never yours, it was just your turn. It's not Jimmy's fault. Your relationship was over when she asked. She's not a good person or good for you for that matter. Buck up, guy. The girl you thought you had never existed. Dude, you have to choose yourself now. Do not take her back. You can find someone better. You will see her faults in time. Don't look at her socials or old pictures. That will make it worse. It wasn't because you said yes. She would have done it anyway later on down the line and you would have wasted more time. You need to put more blame on her. Jimmy didn't do this. You didn't do this. She did this. She made active choices.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.